Everybody is looking for the perfect gift, but sometimes the most innocent presents can hide the darkest secrets. Sophie loved her grandmother's visits. Grandma always brought fascinating gifts. This time she arrived with a huge old trunk. It smelled musty, like old books in forgotten attics. Grandma opened it carefully. Sophie held her breath. Inside, nestled in yellowed tissue paper, lay a doll. The doll was beautiful. She had creamy porcelain skin and rosy cheeks. Her eyes were a startling blue, seeming to watch Sophie. Her dress was faded blue silk, once elegant, now frayed with age. Sophie carefully lifted the doll. It was heavier than she expected. "Her name is Eliza," Grandma said, her voice low. Sophie named her new room the Eliza Room. She had always been fascinated by dolls, and Eliza was her latest treasure. The room was her sanctuary, a place where she could escape into her own world. It was once a guest room, now transformed into a doll's paradise. Shelves lined with porcelain faces, each doll meticulously placed. The room was a testament to her passion. Sophie spent hours arranging Eliza on a velvet cushion, combing her silken hair. She would talk to Eliza, sharing secrets and dreams, feeling a strange connection with the doll. The doll's blue eyes seemed to follow Sophie's every move. They were unnervingly lifelike, almost as if Eliza had a soul of her own. Sometimes Sophie would catch a flicker of something else in those eyes. A sadness? A warning? It was as if Eliza was trying to communicate something important. One day, Sophie could have sworn Eliza's eyes had moved. She blinked, rubbed her own eyes, but the feeling persisted. It was unsettling. She left Eliza facing the window, hoping the sunlight would make the room feel less eerie. When she returned, the doll was facing her. It was impossible. Yet there it was, staring directly at her. Sophie shivered. "It's just my imagination," she whispered, trying to convince herself. But the room felt colder, the air heavier. But a seed of unease had been planted. She couldn't shake the feeling that Eliza was more than just a doll. The room, once her sanctuary, now felt like a place of mystery and fear. The nightmares started soon after. Sophie would wake in the middle of the night, heart pounding. She thought she heard whispers, soft, unintelligible murmurs coming from the Eliza room. One night she woke up to a cold hand brushing against her cheek. She sat up, terrified. The Eliza room's door was ajar. Sophie's parents dismissed her fears. "It's just a doll, honey," her mother said, tucking her back into bed. But Sophie knew better. Eliza was different. She felt a strange pull towards the doll, a mixture of fear and fascination. She couldn't stay away even if she wanted to. Section 4. The Secret of the Dollmaker. This tale is one shrouded in mystery and whispers, passed down through generations. Sophie's grandmother came for another visit. It was a chilly autumn evening, and the air was thick with an unspoken tension. This time she looked worried. Her eyes darted around the room as if expecting something to jump out from the shadows. Sophie, unable to bear the fear any longer, told her everything. She spoke of the eerie occurrences that had been plaguing her nights. About Eliza's moving eyes, the whispers, the cold touch. Each detail seemed to make the room grow colder. Grandma listened patiently, her face pale. She nodded slowly, as if piecing together a puzzle from long ago. When Sophie finished, she sighed. It was a heavy sigh, filled with the weight of untold stories and hidden truths. "There's something you should know about Eliza," she said, her voice trembling. Her hands shook as she reached for an old photograph. Grandma revealed a story about a master dollmaker who lived a century ago. His name was whispered in fear and awe. He poured all his love for his ailing daughter into creating her a companion, Eliza. Each stitch, each brushstroke was a testament to his devotion. He used forbidden magic, wanting to trap his daughter's soul in the doll after she passed. But something went wrong. The magic was too powerful, too dark. The dollmaker died a mysterious death, and the doll vanished, rumored to be cursed. Whispers of its whereabouts have haunted the town ever since. Section 5. Trapped Within. Sophie's blood ran cold. Could Eliza be the cursed doll, trapped with the dollmaker's daughter's soul? The whispers, the cold touch. Was it the trapped soul trying to reach out? Sophie felt a surge of pity for Eliza, for the soul trapped inside. She had to help. Sophie decided to find the dollmaker's workshop, hoping to find a way to break the curse. She persuaded her hesitant grandmother to help. They followed old maps and forgotten clues, their search leading them to a dilapidated building in the woods. Inside, covered in dust and cobwebs, was the dollmaker's workshop. Section 6. Forever Haunted. This is a tale of lingering spirits and unbroken curses where the past and present collide in a chilling dance. As Sophie stepped inside, she felt a cold presence. The air grew heavy, almost suffocating. Shadows seemed to move on their own, whispering secrets of the past. She saw an old book, its pages filled with strange symbols. The book seemed to pulse with a life of its own, as if it were waiting for her. This must be the key to breaking the curse, she thought. The symbols glowed faintly, casting an eerie light on her face. Suddenly, Eliza's eyes glowed an ominous blue. The doll seemed to come alive, its gaze piercing through the darkness. The doll in Sophie's grandmother's hands felt strangely warm, as if alive. It was as if the doll had a heartbeat, a pulse that matched her own. Sophie glanced at her grandmother, fear gripping her heart. Her grandmother's expression was unreadable, a mix of sorrow and something more sinister. Her grandmother's eyes were vacant, a chilling smile plastered on her face. It was a smile that spoke of secrets long buried and promises unkept. "Don't worry, Sophie," her grandmother said, her voice distorted and eerie. It was a voice that seemed to come from another world, a world of shadows and echoes. "Eliza and I will be together forever now." The words hung in the air, heavy with finality and dread. The doll's eyes seemed to burn brighter, reflecting the terrifying truth. It was as if the doll was a window to another realm, a realm of eternal torment. The trapped soul had found a new prison, a new forever. The doll was no longer just a toy, it was a vessel of despair, a harbinger of endless night. And so, the curse lives on, forever haunting those who dare to uncover its secrets. Beware, for the next time you see a doll's eyes glow, it might be too late. The darkness is always watching.